Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move.
LeBron James with no regard for human life.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Iverson against Gill. The crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mike Guillory. Happy to be here to bring some more sneakers to you guys. And today I have a really special guest, photographer, sneaker enthusiast, philanthropist. I mean, he really does it all. And, got the homie Jamal Burger. What's going on, man? How you doing today?
What's up, man? Mike, so nice to meet you. Thanks for having me here today. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate the time, man. I know what you're doing. I know your work, and so happy to be able to talk about it because a lot of times, of course, we talk about sneakers and, what sneaker's coming out, what sneaker, everybody wants to put on. But it's really nice to be able to talk about impact that someone can make through sneakers. And that's what we're going to talk about with you and the Kickback Foundation, of course, just your work in general. But before we get started, I always like to ask this. When we start an episode, it's called Rockin' and Coppin'. So, Jamal, what you been rocking lately, man?
Oh, man, that's a great question. What have I been rocking and copping recently? I've been keeping it pretty simple. I've been wearing a lot of just simple, clean blanks, sourcing some things from like Uniqlo. Got the homies over at 7th. It's a UK-based brand, so okay. I'm a really big fan of them. Always got some Adidas in my rotation. And yeah, I'm really big into like CDG, Issei,
nice.
Junior as well. But I like go for like pieces I really love, and then I accompany that with like blanks pretty much outside. Just kind of keep it as chill as possible, like low key,
Yeah, it's like the things you name are just like, they say simple but timeless. Like no matter what styles change here and there, it's one of those things you can always like put on, man. Yeah.
So it's like I like well-made things that like don't really catch people's eye, and just I can feel good in what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey, you know what? I know what it is. I don't need to show the world what it is exactly.
100%. That's the motto.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, I have to know. So we talk about things you rock, and I feel like that kind of goes into your personality. But how have you combined just and this is I wouldn't want to let you really open the floor to tell a guest who exactly you are, but combining a passion for photography, sneaker, and again philanthropy, how did this all come about? Where did it all start, man?
Yeah, it started almost 10 years ago to say now, 2016. I think between 2014 and 2016, I was really big into photography. Okay. And we were talking on the subject of sneakers. One of the things that like people saw and caught wind of me doing from a photography standpoint was, I don't know if you remember this, like 10 plus years ago, I was like one of those first kids like going on rooftops and helicopters and showing my shoes from like these crazy.
I remember those shots, man.
Yeah. So I did that a long time ago, man, and I built a really big following. And then brands started sending me shoes in the mail. Yeah. And when they were sending me shoes in the mail, I just thought it was really stupid because when I was a kid and I needed shoes to hoop or I needed shoes to go to my school where we had to wear all black shoes all the time, it was just really inaccessible. And finding ways to make money before you could legally have a job in Toronto, Canada, it's like, and you live in the hood, whatever. It's just like, you're gonna find ways to make money, right? So like, not having certain things bred distraction for me and took me away from like focusing on sport, focusing on education, exploring art. And hindsight 2020, when I'm in a situation now where all brands are trying to send me shoes in the mail, I'm just like, where were you when I was a kid,
Right?
And then from there, it was really just about, okay, well, I'm going to take these, but how can I redistribute them? How can I put them in the hands of those who need it most? And so in 2016, I did my first ever sneaker drive.
Okay.
Not knowing what I was opening myself up to. And after doing that first sneaker drive and then learning a little bit more about the nonprofit and charitable sector, looking around at how people had their systems and organizations set up, it really bothered me that they would highlight these kids in hoods around the world, neighborhoods around the world, as poor, as less than, as unfortunate, like I feel like people who come from like lower resource situations are the most confident, most creative, most resilient. So with my photography and just like my sensibility for story, I wanted to highlight them from a lens of abundance and
Okay, yeah.
just trying to create enriching images, because also the kids who need the most help, they're not going to go somewhere if they can see that you're making them look like they're poor or something, right? So it's like, how do I create rich imagery? How do I create rich content? How do I take my ability to storytell and like nestle that in to like an exchange of footwear? So whilst we're empowering a kid to like step forward in confidence, we're also telling a unique story about how they arrived here and who they arrived as and who they hope to be as they step forward. And from there, that motivation just kind of grew and transcended. And like today, 9 years later, it's like the sneakers, what used to be the conversation starter, but now it's more like the icing on the cake. And we're just more focused on the motif of it all and just helping kids step into their potential. So our mission now is to help kids step into their potential. We help close to 1,500 youth a year do so. What used to just be like sneaker drives year round has been now focused more towards the holiday moment, so that we can just make sure that kids can go into the new year with a sense of confidence. And so it also just learning how to run a business and a company. You just realize you can't do everything all the time, so you kind of just have to like segment things and just be a bit more intentional about where and how you show up.
Most definitely, man. And something that you said really I keyed in on is, like you said, a lot of times when you're looking at someone who's not as fortunate, they use them as kind of like this. They don't ever put them in a light of you can get out of this. They want to highlight the bad thing, but they keep highlighting the bad thing. It's never just like, hey, we can get out of this if we do this, but they want to just keep kind of piling on top and not empowering. So I love when you said there, just like, hey, we want to be able to take the distraction of not having and let's show them the potential. And I think that's what a lot of kids are looking for, because when people aren't able to buy into their potential or at least help them to focus in on it, that's what keeps them stuck in that same cycle over and over again.
100%. We got to change. We got to change how people see our communities, and redefine how powerful the sneaker culture can be.
And it's one of those where I think a lot of times people who have crazy collections, who were able to have super expensive sneakers from childhood all the way through adulthood, they didn't have that moment of, hey, you know what, I can't get that expensive one. They didn't understand like getting the cheaper shoe. But like sneakers are a through line to conversation and culture. Like if me and you were to walk past each other on the street, we can easily spark up a conversation by what someone has on their foot. And what you're doing is, even though it's simple, it's like, oh, people are like, it's just shoes. Like, no, think about it. It's like the way people perceive sneakers and shoes now, that can give a kid a contact, a new friend, push them in the right directions just because someone's like, oh, I like your shoes. Let's spark up this conversation and, again, lead them down a whole different path than what someone would have said, oh, this kid has holes in his shoes. I don't want to talk to that kid, you know?
Yeah, it's a nonverbal signifier for sure. You know, for better or for worse, it plays a big part in first impressions, the first thought or feeling one wearing their shoe, experiences when they step out their door into the world each day. And yeah, it's like you need confidence to do anything in this world. So anytime we can give a kid an ounce of more confidence, it's not immeasurable, but it's invaluable. And it's so necessary when like there's so many things in this world, the way education is set up, the way society is set up, the way cities zone and create gaps in opportunity. Like anytime we can offer a kid an extra little bit of confidence like that is sometimes all we need, you know?
You're not lying, Jamal. I mean, that confidence goes a long way, especially in the age of, social media where everyone can see everything, and it's like, oh, kind of, it almost, sometimes people feel bad because they can't do the same thing as they're seeing someone else doing. So being able to empower with that confidence to say, hey, I'm just as good as this. That one thing can lead to something just amazing. So, like, you guys have done what, since as of this year, 7,000 pairs of shoes? Is that correct?
Yeah, more than 7,000, over $1 million in footwear has been distributed. We only do brand new, lightly worn footwear because we don't want it to feel like a hand-me-down. We want it to feel like a gift. We want it to feel like an acknowledgement.
With all, I mean, clearly over 7,000 pairs of shoes means that's over 7,000 kids, young adults you have been in contact with. Has there been any, I mean, they're all impactful, of course, every person you help. But has there been anything that really, like, interaction or any kid story just touched you a little bit more that just kind of stuck with you to help you keep going? Because running a nonprofit's not easy, right? Running a business is not easy. There's something that just like, man, this one or these have just like I've hung on to, and that helps me to keep going through like the hard or like the crazy back end times of the business.
Yeah, there's a few stories. This year, one of the kids who comes to our running club, because and just for quick context, it's like, yes, we do sneaker distribution, but we've also evolved, and theoretically, we've created a space where we believe when arts, sports, and education are in the same environment, we exponentialize opportunity for youth. So we have 5 core programs across those disciplines where it may be a sports program, but it has art integrations, or it might be an art program, but it has sport integrations, or it might be an education program, might have art and sport integration. Awesome. We with our run club, our run club is designed where if you come to 3 runs, on the 4th run, you get a brand new pair of running shoes.
Oh, cool.
And one of the kids who came 3 years ago, he recently turned 18, and like he's been so committed to running. We looked at him this year and we're just like, yo, let's send this guy to the Berlin Marathon.
Oh, wow.
So we sent a kid who hasn't been to Europe yet to go run the Berlin Marathon and just like be a representative for us. So that just happened in the last month, and then we're actually playing a short film of him running that whole thing in Berlin tonight. At a local sneaker store to about 200 people. So it's like finding ways to create impact, but then also inspire people and also bring community together and show people the power of like what their commitment could offer them.
That's awesome. Have you guys, I mean, since you're dealing in, like you say, sport, art, have you been able to partner with any of like I know up in Canada and Toronto, any of the sports teams, any like filmmakers and things like that to like put the kids in like different positions, like the Berlin Marathon? Like, that's freaking amazing, man. Yeah.
So with every single program, we try to be as intentional as possible. And we've had, like with our run club, we have runners and pacers who've done like ultras in South Africa and ran crazy races throughout the world, so that when this kid is just learning about running, not only are they meeting people who've like done races around the world, but they're meeting runners that look like them, that sound like them, that come from similar experiences, so that they realize, oh, I can do this too. And yeah, we've worked with sport teams. We work with like the Toronto Raptors. We had a program for a long time. We're actually pausing it after this year just because there's been so much changes with that organization in the last like 6 months, and also opportunity for us to turn a new leaf. But we ran a program where we taught kids how to run their own create their own nonprofits. Oh, wow. Toronto Raptors, and some really cool ideas were born out of that. Some nonprofits actually in existence today here in Toronto. We did a couple years where it was global, and that was also cool to like see initiatives run out in like Morocco and Nigeria and like Texas and
hey, that's why, man.
Exactly. So like we were doing a lot of global stuff pre-pandemic, but pandemic kind of informed that we should probably bunker down and just like focus here first, and then expand back globally, and focus on offering youth from Toronto global experiences before anything. So we're just really just designing and crafting for that now.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, you guys have been around for just about 10 years now, and I'm sure you had a couple graduating classes of kids. Has anyone come back to come work with you in the in organization?
Yeah, in different capacities, like as volunteers, as mentors, as program leads, as staff. We've even hired some of them to like work in our ecosystem. Like,
very cool.
one of the youth from one of our programs, they're like my EA now, you know?
Really?
So whenever we can, you know, offer opportunity, we always take that. And because we've been around for 10 years, there are literally people that I've met at 15 that are 22, 23 now. And like, they're not kids, but they're still young. And the conversation just changes, you know? So it's like, it's a beautiful growth.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. And I feel like that's something they learn from you and your team is like, hey, I was able to get help, get pushed in the right direction, and them be able to like keep the same ideals and keep the cycle going and giving back. That's amazing. And
that's the goal. That's the goal. The vision is to cultivate future change makers, you know, people who understand and appreciate what we were able to offer them. And in turn, they give back in their own way.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Toronto's a big place. Are you guys able to work directly with like the school system there? I'm not familiar with Canada schools or Canadian school systems, and you know, as opposed to us here in the States. But are they able to like partner with you guys on certain things to help expand the effort?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like we've done school visits, but we don't have an official partnership with any of the main school boards. We do have a relationship with like a pretty expensive private school here. And for the last few years, we've been able to get a few boys. It's an all boys school, but the education is pretty expensive. But for the past few years, we've been able to get a few boys into that school for full ride scholarships from grade 9 to 12.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's been like a huge, like not in an official partnership capacity, but on some level of partnership and collaboration, we've been able to like offer a targeted number of boys a higher education and kind of put them in a situation where they're set up to kind of thrive. The school offers them travel experiences. So there's a couple things there. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Now, as you guys are, I'm trying to, how do I want to phrase this? A business being around for 10 years is no small like feat. Nonprofit being around for 10 years is even more amazing. Like, what does that mean to you, Jamal? That accomplishment. How is it like for you and your team to be able to open and keep moving forward, adjust when need be, but still be able to have an impact after so long?
You want the good news or the bad news?
Well, man. Now I'm scared.
It's not like. I'll start with the bad. Like, if I'm being completely honest, doing something like this is next to impossible. Yeah. Like I really put myself mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually through the ringer to be here. Yeah. Because like every time you win in one area, you lose in another. And as the community grows and the demand becomes greater and you're working with populations that have gone through so much, it's just the odds are always against you to kind of keep this going, to keep it afloat and to grow on the integrity that you positioned it with since inception. But the good news is that we've done a good job at hiring within the community. So I have a strong network of staff, board members, and brand supports. Like last year, I was a recipient of the Adidas Impact Lab grant, and that was like trust-based funds to innovate and to drive change within my community here in Canada, and not to let alone the mentorship that also came with. So it's like there's big wins that have come through at different times, but it's like every time you win, like you take a hit somewhere else. So it's like, and while doing this, I have a career outside of this, you know, like I'm a filmmaker. I've done photography. I ran a commercial agency, and like, I don't know how many people could have 2 full-time jobs. Like this is the first year in 9 years where like I'm actually paying myself, because I always had a job outside of it. Yeah. And I always had this like imposter syndrome and like complex around like, am I taking away from my community if like I'm taking care of myself? And you realize like how damaging it is to like subscribe to this idea where you can't take care of yourself because you have to take care of others. When in reality, you have to take care of yourself to take care of others. And like, I was so stubborn that I didn't believe that until this year. And now that I'm here, we've actually grown so much and we've actually unlocked so much more. So I think the good news is that, like, although there's been days and times where this can, and I mean, objectively speaking, it can be deemed impossible. If there's perseverance and like a constant willingness to like refine and grow, like you can make it through. It's very, very hard. And I'm not just trying to big myself up. I'm just like speaking objectively. Like, it's not just me. It's literally anyone who's running a nonprofit organization, a charity, whether it be here, Canada, or in America, or Europe, Africa, South America, whatever.
Pick a place is hard. No matter what, it's gonna be difficult.
That's why it's like, what's your mission statement, bro? It's like, it's a real mission.
Yeah, and that's, I think sometimes people like to have the idea of the nonprofit, like, oh, okay, I can look good, give back. Of course, I'm gonna do that, but like you said, it is a daunting task because you want to help everybody. Like, that's your goal. You want to help everybody you can. And sometimes maybe you can't do as much as you want.
Yeah.
Maybe you haven't quite gotten to that size yet. And it's like, I can't remember, they call it, it's like the oxygen mask analogy. It's like on an airplane, if something's happening, you got to learn to put your mask on first before you can help others. But it's like, no, I want to help that person first because I'm okay. Like, you just tell yourself, I'm all right, I'm going to make it. They're not as...
Yeah, you think that's the case until there's like 100 oxygen masks to put on for other people.
Right, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
you could probably make it to like 20 or 30, but you might drop out after that, right? And that's
exactly.
I think I went back and got my oxygen mask right before I was like on the verge of crashing, you know? So it's like, and people also showed me my way back to getting my oxygen mask as well. So, yeah, it's a big undertaking, but it's possible for sure.
Yeah. You said someone's there to help guide you as well. Do you still find yourself, which I think is an amazing thing, even as we become adults, in this whole process and in your journey here, do you still have mentors that you can go back to for like guidance and things like that?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. That I reach out to and converse with on specific topics, whether it be governance, fundraising, partnership, program design, community outreach, and just like making sure that my pulse on that is as modern as possible. It's fairly important. And I feel like even the youth at times, they mentor me. They remind me to be present. They remind me that growth is possible.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's a two-way street. I love where I'm nestled into this all, like just kind of being in the middle where like I get to be a student and a teacher every single day.
Yeah. Constant learning, man.
Yeah.
Now, since I know you've been able to work with the Adidas Community Lab at this point, and then you're partnering with Livestock out there in Canada for this holiday drive, how's that kind of helped evolve this event that you have now?
The event, the event we have tonight?
Or the holiday drive, just starting today.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, I think
Livestock playing a part in this. It's funny because when we go back to like my quote unquote origin story of like how I came into photography, like the owner of Livestock actually bought me my camera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wanted to hire me, and I was like, yo, you could hire me, but all the photos on my Instagram are from like a borrowed camera. So how about you just buy me a camera and I'll do a year work for free? And he said, yeah. So that place will be close to my heart as long as it stands. And there's some really genuine people there that are doing their best, and I've always appreciated them. But I think from Livestock, aside from it being like a catalyst to a lot of things for me on a personal level, I just believe in like, you know, supporting local, and Livestock has been like a local staple while other entities and sneaker boutiques have like closed down or may have come into it on different terms. Like Livestock has always been like true and authentic, and have always tried to do their best. So from a tangible standpoint, like that's a sneaker store for my generation. So if I can connect with my generation, but then also introduce like the new generation to the store simultaneously, it could be a win for all.
Yeah.
And I love that we're partnering with Lifestyle because they fundamentally believe in it. Like they were the first when we did our first ever sneaker drive in 2016. Like they were the first to support it.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I like that full circle, like something you loved, got your first start, and now you can bring everyone comes together to support each other.
Yeah. You never know when that small gesture will come back and surprise you. So yeah, just even seeing the person who bought my camera for me, meeting with him now, and him referring to my email as an experience from 10 years ago, and we're now sitting down talking about like how to make impact on a large scale. Is just like, yeah, you never know what that investment could look like.
Yeah, man. And then working with Adidas too, I mean, I'm sure that helps just, again, the footprint get bigger.
Yeah, Adidas has been great. I think last year they donated somewhere between like 50 and 100 pairs of.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, like the Canadian team, like they're super genuine, like across the board, everyone is super caring.
That's awesome, man. And working with good partners makes the job a whole lot easier. 'Cause I'm sure that just from, is today the 21st until December 17th? Is that how long the drive is?
Yeah, the sneaker drive starts today until December 7th.
7th,
and
okay.
All the sneakers we collect will go towards directly impacting youth and communities, where youth will get sneakers to go into the new year. But we're also going to do like some creative workshopping on the 13th of December to kind of just not only give them shoes, but to give them perspective.
Yeah. It's like you say, bring them to those other pillars. So like to say the business, the art, the sport, be able to kind of, do you guys put in like just kind of a big, almost, I don't want to say almost like kind of like a fair with like different things, like people they can talk with and events they can try?
It's subject dependent for sure, but
got you.
Given the time, we're probably going to tie some like goal setting.
Okay.
Around the sneakers, like what does stepping into 2026 look like, and like having coaches from like a vast set of professional networks there on site to volunteer and to help them goal set.
That's awesome. I mean, that's the best way to start, setting goals, having people write things down and try to, hey, I want to hit this at X amount of time, and just kind of get their brain working that way. I think that's a good way to tie it together, Very good way to tie it together. Well, man, you guys, 2026 will be 10 years. Any plans for the organization at the 10-year mark? Any things to celebrate the first decade?
Yeah, we're launching a rebrand on December 11th, so that's an exciting thing.
Okay.
And then next year, we just have a few moments that we're going to take time to acknowledge and celebrate all that Kickback has become.
That's awesome, man.
We're really just in like program refinement mode right now, and we'll definitely celebrate the moment. How exactly, not too sure, but it'll be very intentional. Yeah,
man, that's awesome, man. I like the constant improvement that you're talking about. It's like you're never settling, constantly trying to move forward, trying to pivot with the youth around you to find a thing that makes sense for them. So I think that's something a lot of people should really take to heart when they're trying to, whatever they're doing. Constant pivot, constant learning, because being the smartest person in the room is not what you want to be. You want to be able to have people around you so you can keep learning, like you said, constant learning, so that way you can have more knowledge on a day-to-day basis. So, Jamal, man, I love what you're doing. I love that you're willing to help and how you're helping people in a way that, again, takes something we all love in sneakers, but gives them something that's more lifelong and lasting than just a pair of shoes. Is you let them be able to understand goals, be able to find things that they love in those 3 pillars. So, man, all I can say is give your flowers. I want to give kudos to you and your team out there, man, because we need more of that around instead of just kind of the self-serving. So, even though I'm not in Canada, I'll say, God dog it, I appreciate what you're doing, man, because helping the youth and they go out to the world and do great things. Sincerely appreciate you making the space for me to share this. Man, yes. And I'll tell you this, as you guys keep progressing and doing things, you have an open invitation here, Jamal, you and your team, to come in anytime you guys want to help spread the word on something. I would love to have you on just to be able to, help any way we can.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, guys, please, if you are looking to know more about Jamal and his team, follow the Kickback Foundation. And it's the Kickback Foundation on everything, right? On all socials?
Yeah, at Kickback Foundation everywhere.
At Kickback Foundation, of course, their website as well. Check them out because they're doing some amazing things out there for the youth. And, yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, guys, see ya.
Hey, y'all. Nick here. One more thing before you take off. Do us a solid and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Check the links in the description to help us keep the show going. And as always, we appreciate you listening. And don't forget to tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a compliment will take you, and we all know how good it feels to be on the receiving end of some appreciation. Peace.